As I'm sure you're all aware, the Pokemon card community slash hobby right now feels like a very toxic place to be a part of. And honestly, it really shouldn't feel that way. So in today's video, I want to speak about a few things and try and just speak some sense into people and just try and push the message to just be patient right now. So let's go. What is the problem in Pokemon cards right now? The problem is that Pokemon is more popular than ever. Realistically, that is where everything's coming from. That's where it's all trickling down from, okay? Now, of course, there are scalpers. Of course, there are content creators. Of course, there are stores out there not being responsible and not doing what they should be doing. There are people extorting others. There are people stealing at times. There are people fighting. But the problem at its core is that Pokemon's just super popular right now, and that shouldn't be a problem. Isn't that what we all want? Like, we all want the Pokemon community to be as strong as it ever has been, as popular as it ever has been, and just bring more people, welcome more people into this fantastic and beautiful hobby that we all are a part of. I'm seeing so many fingers go around in the hobby right now, blaming certain people. It's just not nice to see, you know. Yes, there are struggles. Yes, there are stresses, but we just need to be patient and we need to look at why this is happening, what's going on, so we can dissect that and be patient or act on that information if we need to. If we go all the way back to the start where all this momentum came from and take a look at things, we can see it from a different perspective. I've been collecting Pokemon cards for, a number of years now. I've had this channel since, I believe, September-ish 2019. And since then, I've been posting on this channel pretty much daily. So I've been right in the middle of the Pokemon roller coaster, the Pokemon hype, whatever you want to call it. And it all started when COVID started. Many collectors, many investors, many people in the hobby, whatever shape or form that may be, we're speculating and we're worrying what was going to happen when COVID actually hit. Because no matter what side of the hobby you're from, no matter what you do within the hobby, we've all got a decent amount of money in the hobby, whether it's big or small. We've got a connection to our cards, but we've also got a financial interest and investment into the hobby too. So we were worried. We were honestly worried, when COVID hits, when people stop going to work, when people potentially are earning less money because they're not going to work, what's going to happen to the cards? Are people going to start panic selling? Are they going to start listing all their cards onto eBay? Are people going to then start listing thousands of cards on the market and also then undercutting each other, trying to make sure they can get a sale to be able to, afford to live? That was the assumption that a lot of us had, and I think that's a fair assumption to have. But of course, that didn't happen. In fact, the opposite happened. Prices soared. Prices skyrocketed. And this is before any involvement from Logan Paul, Gary Vee. This was before the box break trend. This was before the Twitch streamers, the YouTubers. This was before that. But guess what, guys? It wasn't just Pokemon. Since COVID, we've seen sports cards skyrocket. We've seen cryptocurrencies be, worth more than they ever have been, be more popular than they ever have been, as well as stocks. Stocks have been going crazy. All the trading cards as well have had this same level of hype. Maybe not as much as Pokemon, but they still have, okay? The fact is, people had more time on their hands to research new hobbies, to get involved in things that they maybe hadn't always had time to get involved in. And yes, perhaps their income was less because, they're not going to work. However, many people, and I know it's not the same for everyone, were on furlough, so money was still coming in, but the expenditure, the outgoings, were significantly lower. People weren't going to the cinema, buying snacks, buying the extra large, Diet Coke. People weren't buying new clothes to go out. They weren't going out. They weren't spending it on stupid things. They weren't spending it on food, restaurants. Instead, they were, at home with time on their hands. So people invested their money into new things, but also their time. I think even Amazon, had record sales during the initial COVID and the initial lockdown. But let's now go to the flip side of that. Let's go to the opposite side of that now. The companies, okay? The people providing these services, these Pokemon cards, these stocks, these delivery companies providing us the actual service of receiving this product. Let's take a look at it from their point of view. COVID really has, blown apart these industries. It really has. And if you don't understand that, if you don't really respect that, then that's on you, I mean, let's just take PSA, for example, okay? So PSA recently have increased their prices. They've doubled their prices, in fact, because of the fact that they're getting just millions and millions of cards and they're growing exponentially and they're just backlogged, okay? Why is that? One, because, hobbies are more popular than ever. Sports cards, non-Pokemon TCGs, Pokemon. But also, don't forget, in March, I believe, and it might not be exactly in March, April time, when COVID hit California, they actually shut down all businesses. So PSA wasn't even open. They couldn't, open their doors. They couldn't go into work. And that's the key part to a lot of the problems right now in all of these hobbies that we're in, Royal Mail sorting officers had no people working there for weeks at a time because if one person got COVID in that small building, no one could go to work. They had to all isolate. And this happened globally. It wasn't just the UK, it's a global pandemic. Now, stick with me, guys. I'm going to get into more of the Pokemon specific issues right now, but I'm just trying to give you some foundation and look at this with a little bit more perspective, okay? So far we've gone over the fact that the hobbies are more popular than ever, and we've also gone over the impact that COVID originally had and how that was detrimental to the service that they provide to us. Okay, so please keep all that in mind. That was a very brief overview, but let's move on now into some more Pokemon specific things, okay? So because Pokemon cards started blowing up in price, you had people like Gary Vee, who is a investor of sorts, venture capitalist. I believe he invested in a lot of companies. He has his own huge social media agency. He's been big into sports cards, and the same thing that's happening with Pokemon has been happening in sports cards. And it was only a matter of time before Pokemon popped up on his radar. I believe he's been speaking about it for a long time, even before COVID, actually. I think 2019, he was speaking about it on Twitter here and there. But I think when COVID hit and the prices started going, double or triple, then he started to get interested and involved because there's money to be made. Once he started preaching about it, Logan Paul started preaching about it. Logan Paul did his first edition box break, things went crazy, and things started to snowball mainstream. And please, let's just think about this sensibly for a second. Is that really a bad thing? Is it a bad thing that Gary Vee and Logan Paul are promoting Pokemon and are getting more people interested in Pokemon? No, it's not. And if you think it is, you need to stop gatekeeping, okay? None of us should be here to gatekeep. We should be welcoming everyone into this hobby. And if you don't want to welcome them in, and if you don't want to, grow the hobby and share the hobby with other people, then I think you are part of the problem, especially if you then complain about scalpers, about YouTubers, about Logan Paul, about Gary Vee, investors, etc. If you're complaining about that, but then are not letting people in, you do need to think about what you're complaining about. Because are you complaining that you can no longer get the cards that you could before? I mean, that's the case for us all. I can't buy cards that I wanted to in the past because the price has gone up. But is that really a problem, or is that a selfish point of view from my perspective? It is selfish, But let's revisit that a little bit later in the video. I started to go on a little bit of a tangent there and a bit more of a rant. So what's happening in the timeline right now? Okay, Gary Vee, Logan Paul are involved. Logan Paul's in his box break. Hundreds of thousands, potentially more people are getting into the hobby. My views were skyrocketing. I was influencing people into the hobby. What happens at this point? Okay, what happens when the demand starts to snowball like that and start growing exponentially at the same time that Pokemon can no longer print at the capacity they were printing at in March, in January before the hype? When the demand starts to grow exponentially, what makes you think that they can not only exist at this current level they were existing at, but then scale and go higher in order to meet this demand? They just can't do it. It's impossible. And it took me a while to realize this as well. We started getting allocated at the store, PokeRand.net, heavily. And I was ringing them up. I was calling them. I was shouting. I was saying, why are you guys limiting us, PokeRand? Why are we getting less than other people? And the fact is we weren't. It took me a while to realize that. Perhaps we were early days because I think they thought we were just a flipper. I think they thought we were someone who just, sets up a store to then sell on Instagram and on eBay, because that is a problem. That is what's happening. A lot of people who aren't, businesses who aren't intending to run a service, they're just intending to get product to open and flip on private, channels. That was a problem, and the supplier was trying to make sure we weren't that. But once I crossed that bridge and once I actually communicated to the supplier that we are legit, we are doing amazing things for our audience and our customers. Thank you, by the way, if you support us. It became clear that maybe they weren't taking us too seriously at the beginning. They are now. The problem was that they just weren't getting stock. And that is definitely clear now. With Shining Fates, with Battle Styles, it's incredibly clear what's been going on. They just can't meet demand. It's impossible for them. It's not for a lack of trying. They are trying. They even announced that they're going to be reprinting certain lines, and they are. We did get an announcement recently that a lot of the planned reprints are going to, stop. But that is, one can only assume, because they're trying to prioritize in-demand product lines more, So maybe they'll close an old reprint that they're going to do from Cosmic Eclipse. Maybe that means they're going to cancel a few collection boxes here and there to make sure that the Shining Fates ETBs, the Battle Styles booster boxes, the Chilling Rain booster boxes can get printed in mass, okay? But not only can they not print enough, because one can only assume COVID hit the factories too, they're then struggling to put that on a truck, okay, and deliver it to New York, Washington. I'm not very good with my American, geography. For that truck to then go to a port, be put on a boat, and then shipped all the way across to the UK. And then, once it arrives in the UK, it has issues because, again, COVID is present along the entire supply chain. But also, Brexit happened, January the 1st, 2021. We had to go through a massive transformation in the way our shipping networks work in the UK, the way our border works, the way our ports work, So you got these shipments coming in from America, from China, and they get to the port and they are sent away. They're sent away because they can't actually get in because no one knows what's going on. So you're just getting a backlog, you're getting ferries, you're getting pallets, containers just stuck there, nothing's happening, so it can't enter, and it's more complicated than most of us can acknowledge or understand. So let's now get to the present day. And the point at hand, the scalping issue, okay? What happens when you have a hobby, such as Pokemon, with unheard of demand that we've never seen before? Essentially, what happens when the demand doesn't even overtake the supply? It's not even like, oh, demand's here, supply's here. It's like demand is, I can't reach. I can't reach. The answer is you're going to get hundreds of thousands of people, if not millions of people, trying to buy the same product because they want it, okay? There's new people coming into the hobby who just want to open packs. There are flippers who want to get in and crack these packs open because the value inside is ridiculous. One, because, the cards themselves have shot up. Two, because the graded value of cards has shot up. Three, because they're putting shiny Charizards in these boxes left, right, and center. And 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever many reasons, because Pokemon is an incredible hobby to be a part of. If you want to just collect, then it's great. If you want to just entertain yourself by opening a few packs, it's great. If you do want to flip and, turn it into a little side hustle or a side business or a business, you can do that, because these cards are worth something. There's so many reasons why you would want to get into the Pokemon collecting hobby. And I don't want to put people off, and I don't want the community to be how it is right now. Just spreading this toxicity. I was going to say toxicity, and just this gloom around Pokemon. I want it to be exciting. That's why I make videos. That's why I'm here. I love the hobby. I wake up, or I used to wake up every single day excited to open more packs, to film a video for you guys. Maybe buying an expensive box or buying this or buying that to show you guys, to open, to have fun. And now I wake up every day thinking, what can I film today that doesn't step on this person's toes or doesn't annoy this person or doesn't annoy that person, I wake up depressed, in life because of COVID, because we're all in this hole right now, but then also because of Pokemon. And yeah, it is because I turned Pokemon into my job. But don't forget, I was doing this for months before this all hit, and I was the happiest I've ever been. People say don't turn your hobby into your business. Why not? Because I love Pokemon. I want to be involved in Pokemon every single day. I don't care if it's my business. It's my life, and I'm happy with that. I've not put a song out in months because I've been dedicating myself to this channel, to the business, to Pokemon, and I wouldn't change it for the world. I wouldn't. And now I wake up every day uninspired, demotivated because of a video here accusing someone of this, because an Instagram post there of someone accusing someone for that. And it's just getting too much. So what do we need to do? What is the solution? What is the way we can, take all this back and get back to normal? There isn't a way, okay? There isn't a way because Pokemon is changing. It has changed for a number of reasons. What we have to do is we have to deal with it. We have to accept with it. We have to have patience, okay? Have patience. And why do we need to have patience? Okay, we need to have patience because we need to wait until this COVID thing is all over. Okay, until everyone's vaccinated across the entire globe, until everything is back to normal, which, by the way, guys, won't be for a very long time. Yes, the vaccines are coming, but it's going to take time for businesses, for stores, for the supply chain to get back to normal, okay? Even though lives will be saved, which is the most important thing, things won't get back to normal, okay? So we have to have patience. It's not going to change like this. Just because Pokemon tweeted that they're going to reprint stuff doesn't mean that tomorrow we're going to get 5 million boxes of Battle Styles, okay? We need to be responsible, especially those who are content creators like myself, especially those who are stores like PokeRant is. We need to be responsible because we have knowledge, we have experience, and we've been here before, okay? Not necessarily in this current climate, but we've been here, we've been doing this, okay? So we need to take responsibility, to educate, but to also entertain and to just, shine a light, a positive light on this hobby. Are there people out there extorting this beautiful hobby? Yes, there are. Are there content creators out there doing box breaks and selling their packs for triple the amount of what they're worth? Yes. Are there people selling $200 packs for $700 packs? Yes. Are there people saying that a $10,000 box is $30,000? Yes, there are people doing that. There are content creators lying. There are stores inflating their own price. There are individuals, there are certain stores in Pokemon right now acting out of line, okay? They are doing the wrong thing. But what do we do with those people? We call them out, okay? We stop watching them. We stop buying from them. We wait it out, okay? We have patience. And I know it's hard, guys. Trust me, it is hard. And I know it's then hard to watch somebody like me who, puts a lot of money into Pokemon, who buys a lot of expensive packs, who buys a lot of expensive cards. I've had a pretty successful YouTube career, music career, and I want to spend my money, I want to spend my money opening packs. And it's getting to the point now where I'd rather open packs off camera than on camera. And I know it's the minority, it's the vocal minority who throw digs at me, who throw shots at me, who make videos about me out of context. There's even a video going around at the minute from Frosted Caribou, I think. And before I get into this part, I don't want to sound like I am having a problem with that creator or a problem with that video. I think that video was a fantastic video. It raised a lot of points that needed to be said, but it didn't, it didn't show the whole picture. Even a lot of quotes from me directly were taken out of context. I think she used a video clip of me saying, I only bought into the Logan Paul box break for the exposure, for the experience. And That is true. Like, yes, I did. Does it mean I don't care about Pokemon? No. Does it mean I didn't want the first edition Pokemon cards? No. It just means that I wouldn't have bought that pack on its own without the Logan Paul, without the exposure. And that's normal. That's fine. That's me just working. That's me hustling. That's me trying to grow as a creator, which is a goal of mine. That's fine. I think another thing was that I put a lot of prices in the titles of my videos. Yeah, I do that. I do put money in my title. Why? It gets clicks, it gets views, but also I'm opening these expensive boxes. You know, when I bought a $27,000, or I think it was a £27,000 booster box, I did buy that. You know, I don't lie. Like, maybe here and there I'll round up a little bit, or I'll change it from pounds to dollars to look better in the title, because £7,000 doesn't look as good as $10,000. Yes, I do that. But inside the video, in context, you know, I educate people. I let people know what's going on. And if I don't, then do call me out on that. Do criticize me for that. But I've tried my hardest to make sure that new people and people who have been in the hobby for a while understand what's going on right now and understand my point of view. You know, I stopped putting prices on my videos. I stopped putting prices in the corner when, you know, the card is pulled or the PSA card comes back, because I was listening to the people who were hating on me for doing those things. But I didn't really stop to think why those prices are in the videos. Why do they exist? Why are they in the video? They're in the video because it's important to educate and be transparent, and also it's entertaining just for the viewer to see how much a card costs. You know, if you pull a card and you're really excited about it, how much does it cost? Is it a problem that Pokemon cards are worth money? Is it a problem that we spend a lot of money? No, it's not. You know, yes, this is a franchise or hobby or, you know, company that is targeted at children or focused on children, but that doesn't mean that we all aren't allowed to be a part of it. You know, that's not what Pokemon is all about. Pretty much on that regard, for me personally, I'm going to stop listening to the haters. I'm going to stop listening to the criticism that I don't agree with, you know, and definitely I can be wrong, and I can admit I'm wrong, and I have done in the past, by the way. If you actually do watch my content, and if you do watch my videos, you will know that. It just annoys me when I work so hard to do the right thing, because I want to do the right thing, by the way, not for any recognition from the audience, because I want to do the right thing, because I'm a fan of Pokemon and it's a part of my life, and I truly love this hobby. But anyway, like I said, let's bring this back. That's for another time. The point of all that was just to say that I will continue doing what I think is right, because I do have my head screwed on properly. I do understand Pokemon. I do understand what I'm trying to do as a creator, as a, you know, community member, as a fan, as a business owner. You know, I know what I need to be doing, and I'm going to do what I know is right. Next point, and the final point, is a mix between scalpers and the value of Pokemon right now, because that's another criticism that I keep seeing people have in the hobby right now. First things first, you know, we spoke about the supply and demand, and it's not even, we shouldn't even use the term supply and demand anymore, because it's got to a point now where it's kind of like the demand is impossible to manage. You know, you have people out there, content creators, stores, quoting supply and demand as a way to extort their audience. And yes, supply and demand was a thing. We actually at Pokerand priced our Champions Path ETBs at £75 originally, and this is for full transparency. By the way, actually, originally they were like £45. I think we were very cheap originally, but then it went up to retail $52.50, and we stayed at that. We honored all of our pre-orders, all of our orders originally. We honored that. When that was the hot set to get, and the second wave came in, the reprint, we did increase our price to £75. Then we lowered it to £69.99, which is still quite a bit over retail. You know, do I think that was a mistake at the time? I actually don't. I actually don't think that was a mistake, and here's why. For us as a store at the time, and we were no different to others, maybe we were trending a little bit more because the content was banging. Everything we put on the store just sold out instantly. Doesn't matter what it was. Literally any box, any binder, any sleeve, any accessory we put on the store, and it vanished, okay? And it was a stressful time. We were getting laughed at. We were a laughing stock. We were a meme. If you went on, you know, Simon or Josh's Twitch, if you went on YouTube comments on my videos, elsewhere where Pokerand was mentioned, all you would see, the top comment, the chat at the time was just, why are you always out of stock? Why does Randolph never stock Pokerand? And that wasn't the case. We were stocking it every single day, but everything we put out there vanished because the demand outweighed the supply that we were getting. And yes, we were ordering little for the size at the time, but you put your pre-orders in months ahead. You know, we ordered the Champions Path, for example, stock months ahead. You know, we didn't anticipate this demand, and you know, we do this independently. You know, the money that we put up for the store is our money. You know, mine and Laura's money that we've worked to accumulate. So we are literally putting our life savings into Pokerand. We have no investors. We have no other source of cash. You know, I actually, despite what a lot of you think, I actually don't have a large, you know, sum of money. But whatever we did have, we put it into the store. But that was small, you know. So everything was selling, okay? So we did get, I think we got 500 Champions Path ETBs. We got a good number. It's not what we needed. It's not what we ordered even, but we got a decent number of boxes. And I know this is a really long video at this point, but please, those who are watching this, stick with me because this video makes a lot of sense, okay? So what we did was, for the Champions Path ETBs, to ensure they didn't just fly off the shelf and then cause, you know, us to continue to be a laughing stock, but then to also cause tremendous stress on our staff at the time to get everything done in a week. But then, the important part, to have 3-4 weeks of nothing again, because we had that. We had staff turning up with nothing to do, because it would be like that. On day one, on day two of a release, we would be working overtime, but then for the next 3 weeks, there've been minimal stuff to do and nothing after. So what we did was we had these 500 Champions Path ETBs drop. We increased the price of them to $69.99, well, to £75, then to $69.99. That was probably one of the best decisions that we made at the time. Was that box really worth £52.50? That was the recommended retail price in the UK, at least, £52.50, okay? Including taxes, etc. Because I know in America they have taxes after. Honestly, it just wasn't. You had 10 packs in there, £5.25 per one, I believe. If you times that by 10, it equals £52.50. £5 for a Champions Path pack, it's not the worst. Retail is £3.99, so £4. So the packs were just £1 over retail if you look at it that way. But then you also had the Charizard promo card, which I think still sells in its packet. I think this still sells for around £20. Now, I might be wrong, but at the time it was potentially even more. So you've got 10 packs retailing, let's say, at £4 each. So £40 for the packs. Then you've got this Charizard promo card that was worth £20, let's say. That's £60 already, which is already over retail. Then you've got the small things in there, like the dividers, the sleeves, the damage counters, the dice, etc. But you've also got the fact that you cannot get these packs at retail. You can't get these packs in a booster box for £3.99 each. You can't get them. You can only get them in ETBs or collection boxes. And what that does in itself is increases the price of the packs, because you can't go and buy 36 at a time. You have to be selective and go and get these boxes. So they exploded, they went crazy. So being completely honest, at the time, I was actually comfortable with pricing it that way. And what happened? What was the result of pricing it that way? It was, for us, incredible. Not only were we making a little bit more per box than we would have been before, which is helpful as a business, but keep waiting, please keep waiting. We were also selling less at once. We didn't sell 500 in 30 seconds like we were doing before, or a day or a few hours. Instead, we were selling 20 to 30 to 40 per day. And for us, that was incredible, because staff came to work and they packed 20 boxes of the ETB, 50 boxes of the ETB. Then they went home. And then they came back the next day, packed, and they went home. It was very stable, and it created stability for us as a store, which is something at the time that we really cherished. We really wanted that. However, while I don't think it's a mistake that we did increase that price, and here's the punchline, I do regret it a little bit. Because now, at this point in time, in the current climate that we're in, we're not going to price boxes like that, okay? We're not going to price boxes at £60, £70. I'm not saying we're going to price our ETBs, our Hidden Fates, our Champions Path, our Shining Fates ETVs at £52.50. They might go a little bit high, $59.99, etc., because I do believe still that these boxes do have the wrong recommended price. And again, I'll do a new video on this later, but key part there is recommended retail price. Market price is totally different, and I'll get into that. I will get into that. And that's not an excuse, by the way, or anything like that, but you do have to understand that and take that into account. So not only are we going to not charge those prices anymore, we're also going to offer retail or below retail on our Pokeran Promise part of the website. That's now fully up and running. Those who have access, those who have a verified parents account, will be able to shop for items at great rates, affordable rates, retail rates or less, to buy stock for their kids. That's working now. It's going great. The response we've had from parents has been fantastic, and we will be opening up the form and allowing more sign-ups later down the line. And we still have so much stock available for parents. It's great. We've got a whole part of the website and the whole part of the warehouse now dedicated for kids. So that's going to be solved. It has been sold for a number of people, and it will continue to do that here on out. But here's why we're doing that, okay? Why are we no longer doing what we did with Champions Path? Because it's not the responsible thing to do, because of how the community, how the marketplace and the marketplace is right now in the UK. In the UK, at least, you can't really go and get any boxes from Tesco or the actual retail stores. Why? Because they don't stock much in the first place, but people will go there straight away in the morning, buy it all up and leave, okay? I know that's happening in America as well, at Walmart, Target, etc. Stores like Games, Smiths, who do sell at retail and never really go above retail, you can get products from, and I know a lot of people have bought from them. I myself have bought a lot of I bought like 3 tins from Smiths at retail. It arrived, it was fantastic, but it's slim. You can't really go and get stuff from anywhere right now. There's no reliable, trustworthy store to go to. Why? Because all the stores, Chaos Cards, Magic Madhouse, Total Cards, they keep increasing their prices significantly. And I do understand why. I've explained why that happens. If you're a business owner, and the owners of these businesses, by the way, keep in mind, they aren't Pokemon fans like we are. Maybe they are, maybe they've got an interest, but the actual business owners who have millions of pounds invested into these stores across Magic, across Yu-Gi-Oh, across Pokemon, they don't care, okay? And is it a problem they don't care? Yes, but that's a fact. They just don't care. Fair enough to Magic Madhouse, by the way. They did actually release a bunch of ETVs at £52.50, Hidden Fates, Champions Path, and Shining Fates. I think it did break their website, but fair play, they did that. They still price everything else ridiculously high, though. That's their prerogative. Is that the right word? That's their right to do so. It's not what's needed right now in the Pokemon community. But like I said, they don't care. They're a store. They don't care. You know, they just want to make money. That's what they want to do. Whereas for us, we didn't start this store to make money. Although it has to, although we're trying to make profit to, you know, pay for the staff, pay for the warehouse, but also to, you know, I'm not going to lie to you guys, better mine and Laura's life, career, you know, it's our job. it's not a problem to, you know, make money from the store. But I'm a member of the community, and I'm a member of the community with influence on other members of the community. I have a responsibility, and this is what I keep trying to preach. I have a responsibility as a YouTuber, as a content creator, as a voice in Pokemon, but also we have a responsibility at Pokerand to do the right thing, okay? To do the right thing. So that's why we're lowering our prices. That's why we are going to do what's right in this period, because it's going crazy right now. You know, this wasn't happening when Champions Pass restocked, and it was a bit, but not properly. We could do that at the time, you know, but then Shining Fates dropped, and it just blew everything out of proportion, as we knew it would, because again, lack of supply, postal issues, weather issues, etc. There's just no supply in the UK. I told my editor, by the way, that this video could be about 3 or 4 minutes, but I'm looking at the time now and it's gone that. I hope you're still watching. I hope people are still watching. It's like a podcast at this point. But yeah, I'm trying to give you context on why stores would do it, but I'm also then trying to hit the punchline and give the punchline to you guys that it's not the right thing to do, because we have to be the ones who set an example. We have to start being responsible and doing the right thing. But finally, let's get into what I've been teasing the entire time. Scalpers, okay? You see this term, or you hear this term a lot, scalper, and I want to be very controversial here, but I want to let you guys know, scalping is not just a thing that is exclusive to Pokemon. It happens in Pokemon, it happens in sports, it happens in Yu-Gi-Oh!, it happens in real life, you know, toilet paper. Remember toilet paper in the UK? When lockdown hit, people were scalping that. You know, they were buying it at mass, hoarding it in their house, and then when they realized they messed up and they don't need it all, they were selling it on eBay. You know, they're selling not the best example, but the point was made. Is it scalping? Yes, but it's also panic buying. You know, these people, botters, these card people, these sneakerheads are coming into Pokemon and hearing about it being trending, you know, and is that my fault? Is that Leonhart's fault? Yes, of course it is. Is that Pokerev's fault? Yes, of course it is. Why? Because we're making Pokemon more popular. Is that a bad thing? No, it's not a bad thing. Is the person scalping doing a bad thing? Yes. You know, it's individuals doing the wrong thing. That's what I'm trying to say to you guys. Stores, content creators, scalpers, individual people. It's not Pokemon's fault. It's not my fault. If I was sitting here and going and buying all the product from Smith's and selling it on Pokerand for triple, that is my fault. You know, attack me then. But don't attack me for just spreading the joy of Pokemon, or, you know, making a video of a £10,000 box, or you don't attack me for just collecting cards and buying cards, you know, or making videos. No. Criticize people for doing the wrong thing if they do the wrong thing. I hear people complain about scalpers, okay? But then they'll go and buy from the scalper. Someone will complain, oh man, scalpers are ruining the hobby. But then go and buy the Shining Fates ETB from eBay. Now let's do the maths here. What is happening there? You know, the demand, your demand is so high that you are happy to pay £80. You don't want to, but you are, because you want the product. It's a hard pill to swallow, but scalpers wouldn't exist if they couldn't sell their products. Do you know what I'm saying? If they couldn't go and buy a product for £52 off the shelf and sell it for £80, they wouldn't exist, but they can, because the demand is so high and people are buying into it, you know? So what that equals is that right there is the market price, you know? The same reason that a base set booster box is 20 grand, £20,000 and not £2 per pack, which it was back in the day, or 250 or whatever. It's because of, you know, there's no supply anymore, but the demand is still there. People want to buy it. That's happening right now in Pokemon, but just fresh out the gate, you know? People want modern products. People want Shining Fates so bad that they're willing to pay £80. I want to do a video soon, like I said, about the retail prices. I want to get a box, and I want to open the box, and I want to look at the value inside of it, and to see why people want to pay this price. But with all this being said, this video is just exists because I'm getting tired of personally being attacked. I'm getting tired of the community being so toxic. This video is just here to kind of give some perspective and just to ask for patience in the community. You know, let's stop blaming each other. Let's stop buying from scalpers. But also, and this is a thing that I forgot to mention, if someone does want to go pay £80, £90, then let them. You know, if they want to go and do that, then just they want the product, you know, I've done it in the past. I've bought products for more than they're worth because I just want it for a video, or I just want it, you know. Is it wrong to support scalpers? Yes, of course it is. But is it wrong to buy a box at market price? No. Doesn't mean the stores have to then charge that price. It means that we have to sell the product and sell out. You know, if people are then going to flip our products, if people are then going to scalp our products, then so be it. That's their problem. That's their scalper's fault, not the store's fault. You know, we shouldn't increase our price to our stores just because they're going to scalp it anyway. We shouldn't do that. We should leave our prices where they should be. Scalpers can do what they want, you know, and they will die out if we don't support them. But often people do because they want the boxes, you know. So I'm going to end the video there, but please have patience, okay? Have patience. things will get better. But yeah, let's stop pointing fingers. Let's stop having a go at content creators for making or trying to make engaging content. Thanks to those who do watch these videos and support us here. You're the best. And yeah, I'll see you, I guess. Thanks for watching. This video was a mess, but bye.